Grooming. As most men, we know we should be doing it, but here's the key word: should. It never happens usually, or if it does, then it's on a really minimal level to the point where we're getting a haircut like, every 2 months, which is out of my imagination. But today I'm going to be giving you the 5 most common grooming mistakes that men make and how to fix them, and I'm sure that you're probably making at least one of them. So stick around, because today we're going to be going over them and you're going to be learning how to fix them. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, starting off with number 1, as I said in my intro, waiting too long before getting haircuts is actually my biggest pet peeve. When men, they go way too long before getting haircuts. They think as long as they look good or look like it's managed, like it's good, but honestly, the key here is to look fresh. The key here is to look better than literally 99% of the dudes at your school or at your work. So I highly recommend getting haircuts at least every 3 to 4 weeks. 3 weeks is my minimum. But you could kind of push it out to 4 weeks depending on how fast your hair grows. Also, another thing about haircuts is that when you look good, you automatically feel good. And when you feel good, that's when you're confident. And I think getting a haircut is actually the easiest way to feel fresh and to overall feel good about yourself. Alright, mistake number 2. Not noticing the little hairs growing on your body, such as this middle part that in the middle of your eyebrows, ear hair, nose hair. A lot of people don't notice that, and they go weeks and months introducing themselves to all these new people, making all these first impressions, not knowing that they have a nose hair sticking out for 5 months. And literally, I've seen that happen. You don't want to be that dude. So always just make sure that your nose hair is groomed, your ear hair is groomed, and mainly this middle part of your eyebrow. You don't want to have one eyebrow, you want to have 2. So just try to pluck that middle part out, wax out, do whatever you can, and just get rid of that unnecessary hair. So what I like to do is actually just check up on myself weekly. I think it's actually a very good way to catch yourself, even if you're growing any like random hairs anywhere else, just to make sure that you're kind of just nailing the details down. At the end of the day, it's all about the details that separates a sharp looking man from a normal dude. My goal here is to make you look like the sharp looking guy who stands out from the rest, and by noticing little details like this, it may be a game changer into your grooming game. Mistake number 3. Applying too much cologne. Cologne can be amazing when it comes to putting your personality out there and kind of distinguish yourself from one person to the other, and it can also help attract a lot of people towards you. But if you put too much on, it will do the complete opposite. It will actually push away people from you. When I have a person in a room who's wearing way too much cologne, I'm running like 10 steps away from him, because it's just like, it's so strong and so disgusting. Like, man, like if you want to put cologne on, keep it minimal. 3 sprays max. So in fact, I'm actually going to show you how you should be putting on cologne, because most people, another mistake, most people actually put it on their clothes. I've seen guys putting it on their clothes, which is completely wrong. Like, why would you do that? So anyways, I'm going to show you how to put on cologne. Alright, so here's my cologne, and what we do is simple. 1 spray, 2 spray, and 3 spray, just like that. And then I just do that. Make sure you're hitting your pulse points, mainly just the 2 on your neck and 2 on your wrist, because that's when the blood is actually flowing through your body, and when it actually starts to heat up, because of the blood flowing or whatever you're doing, that's when the cologne is actually activated and it gives out the scent. So no more than 3 sprays and you should be fine. Alright, mistake number 4. Using way too much hair product. I've seen guys just use freaking pomade, wax, gel, hairspray, hair powder, all at once. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, that's not right. Okay, I get it. If you're gonna use all that hair product, your goal is to make your hair stay a certain way. But in fact, it's actually just gonna make your style go out quicker because of all that weight of all that stuff you have in your hair. So a rule I like to use when it comes to using hair product is less is more. The less you put on, the longer it will last. And try to look into quality products that will give you a good hold with a low shine or high shine, whatever you prefer. And try to stay away from hairspray, because that is actually pretty bad for your hair, and when you have too much of it on over time, it can cause a lot of problems like dry scalp, dandruff, for me, balding hair. I don't know if I want to blame it on that, but I can see why they would play into it. But try to stay away from heating products and hairspray. If you're going to be using a hairspray, just make sure it's a quality hairspray that actually has some good ingredients in it. Something more like on the natural side versus like all like chemicals and all that junk. Alright, so basically stay away from all those hair products. Keep it minimal, subtle, and you'll be good. Mistake number 5. Dry skin and ashy hands. I'm personally guilty of this because I'm always running out, and then when I'm in class writing on my notebook and I find out that I have some ashy ass hands. So a tip that I like to recommend is keeping a small bottle of lotion either in your jacket, in your car, or in your purse or backpack, whatever. Just keeping it on you at all times just in case you're running into dry skin or ashy hands, or even also carrying a chapstick with you as well, especially when it gets cold. That's when it actually starts to become a problem, when it's extremely ashy and your hand just turns completely white. So you want to avoid that, because not only it gives a bad impression of you, you also look like a person who doesn't really care about themselves and their skin. And I don't know, when I see someone with ashy hands, I just feel like they're a careless person. Like, I just get like a carelessness type of vibe from them, and I don't think that's a good impression to give, especially not knowing around who you're gonna meet in that day or that time. So just be aware of that, and just keep a bottle of lotion or chapstick on you and you'll be fine. So those were my 5 tips. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If any of these grooming tips do apply to you and you're able to fix it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know as well. And if you have any other questions or concerns about anything related to grooming, just make sure to leave it in the comments below. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe for more. So other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.